all of my friends sure and put in the time. They're wasting their money and living a lie.
Childs Play centers on street rat Terry, played by Jonathan Brandis, who accidentally steals a reporter's damning research on a secretive drug kingpin mere moments before said reporter goes, boom boom. Who could be behind this heinous crime? Probably this guy.
One of the fabulous properties of Brew Paradise.
Meet Lesko, played by the wonderful Jimmy F. Skaggs. He's a 60s-themed villain who produces a super addictive, possibly deadly drug called Blue Paradise. He's joined by drug pusher Duvivier, played by Kirk Baltz, aka the unlucky cop in serious need of a hearing aid in Reservoir Dogs.
I think you're confusing me with one of your brain-dead hippies here.
And dedicated follower Pepper, played by Mrs. Ari herself, Perry Reeves.
Ready to get turned on, Junior?
Is it okay if I just say no?
Remy Ryan, aka that annoying little shit in RoboCop 3, and Mark Dacascos of Iron Chef and The Crow Stairway to Heaven fame also make appearances. Now I know what you're saying. Michael, how could they take such a perfect A-list cast and make it even better? I'll tell you what, those fucking scientists out in Hollywood land or Canada or wherever the fuck they make the show, they went and they spent millions of dollars in taxpayer revenue. And they went to the fucking equator, and they figured that shit out! And they got motherfucking Adam West.
Summer of Love is here again! Candles! Hey, incense! Peppermint! Spare change!
Got a job, hippie.
I got a job.
Wait a second. Is that Adam West? Okay, so here's the thing. On the podcast, which we recorded prior to this episode being made, I came under the impression, based on the fact that the character was named A. West, and the fact that on IMDb it said it was Adam West, I figured it must be Adam West, and I was very serious about that point. However, no, it doesn't sound like Adam West, and actually looking at stills of him from this era, it doesn't really look like him that much either. Like, it looks like it'd be a younger Adam West, but 1990 Adam West? But not too wrinkly. So, yeah. I guess that joke I just made was kind of pointless and shitty. And fuck you, IMDb. I'll talk about this guy in another video. For now, let's talk about the real beauty of this episode. Despite it being about Barry taking in a kid, despite the lack of a villain straight from the comics, and despite many of the same gaffes that have pervaded the series thus far, it's fucking great. John Wesley Shipp continues to perform admirably. His scenes as a reluctant father figure feel honest and strong, while he also manages to deliver some great lines as the Flash.
Never accept rides from strangers.
He also delivers some stinkers, but that's to be expected. The supporting cast, most notably Jonathan Brandis and Jimmy F. Skaggs, also bring a lot to the table. Brandis is astounding if only for the fact that he makes the audience root for a child character, even if that character is a bit of a brat slathered in 90s slang. And Skaggs, meanwhile, one-ups our previous contenders for most entertaining villain. He's delightfully skeezy, and delivers his dialogue with a disarming ease that suggests great things to come. Which, unfortunately, did not. Like many cast members in the show, Skaggs appeared in many Full Moon productions, such as Puppet Master and the Oblivion series. However, he did not reach the prolific fame that he deserved before his death in 2004. If for no other reason, definitely check out this episode just to watch his stellar performance.
Now go and spread my gospel.
If I were to single out any cons for this episode, it's really just a little bit of the usual lazy writing. Of course Barry knew the dead reporter. Of course the Flash doesn't immediately use his powers to fix a simple problem. Of course the kid is going to make a stupid decision to move the plot along. Does any of this detract from the power of the episode? Nope. Danny Bilson, co-creator of the show, directed this episode and knocked it out of the fucking park. The balance between kitschy silliness and high-stakes drama is expertly portrayed, and hops along at a pace that never feels drawn out. There's also a fantastic use of an old-school Flash power that, while I won't spoil it, fucking rocked my world. This is an awesome episode of The Flash, which we highly recommend. It's almost certainly going to appear on our top 5 list at the end of the season, And just fucking go and watch it. Next time, disappointment. As you'll see from the bumper at the end of this episode, and after you've subscribed, we have been taken over, bought out, whatever you will. We've joined the Peanut Butter Disaster Media Group because Channel Awesome wouldn't return our calls. Hi, Doug.
Peanut butter disaster.